Hello friends, today in this tutorial I will be showing you that how to scroll to a specific element inside our DOM here inside Vue.js. Basically it supports a library called as vue-scrollto, and with the help of this library we can basically add a button inside our website where it will increase the user engagement. It will automatically scroll it to top. So let's suppose a visitor visits your website and basically it is scrolling down to your website here, and when it reaches down here, so we can have a simple button out there which is top button. If the user clicks this button, automatically it will scroll to the top section. So you have seen these buttons in modern websites. So whenever visitor visits the website, they go downwards, and once they click the button, they automatically goes upwards like this. So we will basically embed this button right here inside this vue-scrollto. So vue-scrollto, basically it's a library. If you search on Google, it can scroll to any specific element, any div specific element inside the web page. So I will be showing you how to integrate this library inside browser. You will see it's a very popular library. 135,000 weekly downloads are there. So all the source code, guys, of this application is given in the description of this video. So you can go to the description and copy paste all the source code from my blog post. So now let's get started. So for building this application, just make an index.html file. And first of all, you just need to include all the CDNs which are necessary for this. So I will simply copy this, paste it. So you can just get this from my blog post. We are including the Vue.js CDN and vue-scrollto CDN, that's all. And now we will take a very basic example, guys. We will make a div, we will give it an ID of app. We will have a simple button. We will simply say scroll to element. We will have this button, and we will basically attach a vscroll directive, vscroll-2, and here we can basically mention where we need to scroll to. So we will, in between, we will have a div section which will basically have a style, the height of 1000 pixel, and a background color of, let's suppose, red. So after this we will basically have a heading which will say that this is a heading. So let's suppose I need to automatically scroll to this element. I need to give it an ID here. So we need to say ID element. So here we need to give the ID here inside single quotes, which is hash symbol followed by the ID. That's it. So here this is simply saying that whenever I click this button, I need to scroll to this element having this ID, which is element. And now we can simply initialize the Vue.js application. So we can say that new view, and we can provide the element, which is, that's all. So we have initialized the Vue.js application, and now if I open this, so now you will see this is the heading here. I need to automatically scroll to that element. If I click this button, you will see I will scroll to this bottom section, and I will be scrolling to the heading section. Once again, if I hit this button, you will see automatically it will go downwards. So this you can do it for any element, guys. If you are basically making a menu, you can do it as well. And now I will be showing you somewhat dynamically how you can do it. So let's suppose we just don't need to do right here. We can basically bind the on-click listener to it, @click. So whenever we click this button, we will basically make a function which will say scroll to element. So now inside we have binded a on-click listener to it. So right inside our Vue.js code, guys, we will simply say the method section. So inside this method, we will define this method which is scroll to element. And inside this, we will simply initialize vue-scroll2, and it contains a method which is scroll2. And we will need to pass the ID here, which is the actual ID of the element. So we will give this ID, which is element. And here you can basically pass some additional options, guys. The speed. So this is in millisecond, 500 millisecond. And then some more configuration options, which is the type of the animation. easing, this will be ease in out. You can read the documentation to get all the options. Offset is minus, I think offset is the distance here, how many meters it will travel, centimeter. Force is false. Cancelable, you can't cancel it if you want to click true. And we have various callback functions as well. So whenever it starts, we have the on start callback function. So whenever it starts, this message will be printed out on the console that scroll started. And also basically we have callback functions for on done, on cancel as well. So whenever it is done, we also have the callback function, that's all. So this is all the configuration options, guys, which it supports. So if I open this now, click on this, let me see, scroll started, scroll finished. You will see these messages will print out once you hit this button, but it's not scrolling down. Let me see here. Let me paste this code once again, guys. Sometimes in live coding some errors can take place, so just paste this code here. So sorry, this ID needs to be element. So now it scrolls to the element and all these messages are printed out, scroll started, scroll finished. So similarly concept used, guys, basically we can make an application where we can embed a button. Let me show you that example. So we can basically style this button to only fix at the bottom right position. You will see we have applied some CSS styles here. So we have a simple button here which is scroll to the top button. So it only scrolls to the top section. You will see I have given this ID top and we scroll to top, that's all. So we have this top button. If I scroll down here, basically the colors will also change in the background. If I click top, it will scroll to the top automatically. This was the application, guys, how you can basically integrate vue-scrollto library inside browser. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I will be seeing you in the next live stream.